Hey everyone, this is Finchner here, and I'm bringing you guys a bit of I guess a treat. It's going to be Masterclass against BKC for SmogTour Playoffs Round 1. This happened, I believe, sometime a bit over a week ago. May 24th was the date, and today's June 3rd, so it's a bit of old news, but it was the two biggest names pretty much matched up in SmogTour, more or less, and I figured it would be cool, even though it is a 16 versus 1 seed, BKC being the 1 seed, and Masterclass barely got in being the 16 seed, but it's still a good series. It's going to go 3 games, but I'm not going to reveal who wins this series until the end, so hopefully you guys can all be on the edge of the seat for those of you that don't know the results, and for those of you that do, just sit back and enjoy, I suppose. But without any further ado, let's get into the game. This is Oras game 1 that was played. I'm going to go in order of which the games that were played. So the first game was Oras, the second game was DPP, and the third game was Black and White. So yeah, looking at these teams, Masterclass is an interesting team. I like Diancie plus Magnezone against BKC, and I think if that's like a Sword Dance, especially defensive Gliscor, I think that's also pretty good against BKC, especially with the Magnezone support. But I do not like the fact that he does not come prepared for Suicune, which BKC uses more so than pretty much any other OS player nowadays. So yeah, that's going to pose a threat. And otherwise, I think the teams are pretty even, but I think Suicune gives BKC just a huge advantage. And if Masterclass can find a way to break through that without letting it set up a bunch of times, because he doesn't have a full stop to it, just 2 electric types, then maybe he could get by, but we'll have to wait and see. So, you see the Suicune lead here. Lead Gliscor from Masterclass pivots into the Clefable, Calm Mind from Suicune, Calm Mind number 2 for Suicune, and we see Stealth Rock from Clefable, which is casual play here. Then we see Rodent W from Masterclass. We're going to see a third Calm Mind for Suicune. I don't really know how Masterclass beats this. This is kind of exactly what I was saying. So we're going to see a fourth Calm Mind here as Will-O-Wisp misses, and then we're going to see, I assume a fifth Calm Mind. No, which is Scald, does 39%, does not get a burn. Will-O-Wisp connects. We see 80% Suicune on 67% Rodent W. Pain split up to even it out a bit, and then we're going to see another Scald, leaving Rotom a bit of half, but then Burn is going to bring it down to 48% after leftovers is also factored in. Aldecone's going to be at 63%. Volt Switch here from the Masterclass, Rotom W doing only 14%, and then Rest as the Gliscor comes in, gets the Toxic Orb, is going to knock off the Suicune, interestingly enough, leaving it at 89%, and with a Sleep Turn left, and it appears to be CM Roar. We're going to see the Rotom W back in here. Going to Pain split up. Suicune's going to wake up. Calm Mind number 5 is up. And now, Willis is going to miss again, but I mean, really, it doesn't matter. Masterclass is going to need, to get Diancie in when it's asleep and then crit a Diamond Storm or something, assuming it's attack invested even. Pain split, Scald, going to kill the Rotom W, while the 38% Suicune with 5 Calm Minds is left alive. We're going to see a Scald as the Swords Dance from Gliscor predicting a rest. Good try, but not going to quite do it. BKC is just going to win 6-0 with this Suicune after dodges a Hurricane. Masterclass uses the excuse of being Oras, but really he just did bring a Suicune counter. That's his own fault. Magnezone is going to find his way in the +5. Suicune, but Thunderbolt's only going to do a mere 17%. It's pretty useless. He's going to need a crit. 19% there. We see Wake Up, Scald, 95%. Burn, kill the Magnezone, putting BKC in a 6-3 position. And then Masterclass just forfeits 17 turns in. BKC only needing to use 1 Pokemon and collect 3 moves. So needless to say, it's a really rough start for Masterclass, and BKC's got the best start humanly possible there, giving a 1-0 lead in the series, but this is not going to be over yet. We're going to see DPP game here. We're going to see lead Heatran against lead Powdown, looking like probably going to be a bulkier team from BKC, maybe more offensive team for Masterclass, but Heatran isn't too revealing. Will-O-Wisp, while Stealth Rock is going to be the play for BKC. We're going to see Wisp hit finally turn 2, and Shuckle Berry is going to activate as Earthquake from Burnt. Hit only does 36%. And then we're going to see Stealth Rock, and then we're going to see Hippowdon died to the second Earthquake, probably a roll, given the first one did 36. But nevertheless, we're going to see Starmie here for Masterclass. Of course, what's a Masterclass DPP team without a Starmie? We're going to see Hydro Pump into the bulky ass Clefable, only does 30%, after Lefty's bringing it up to 76%. And we're going to see Rapid Spin here from the Starmie, while we see Knockoff critting, doing 14% from the BKC Clefable, leaving the Starmie vulnerable to Sandstorm every turn. Now we see Thunder Wave on the recover from BKC, leading me to believe this is a full supportive set on this Clefable. Now we're going to see Knockoff, probably predicting a switch. We see Hydro Pump, and now I assume Masterclass is going to switch out and try to bait the Soft Boil so he doesn't have to get Thunder Wave, but he's going to go to Bronzong. BKC is going to see through it, get Thunder Wave in the Bronzong, but I don't think that's a bad Pokemon to get 2-way per sec because it's already slow. We're going to see an explosion here. It's going to hit the Starmie for 88% after Stealth Rocks, which kills it. Would have done more if there wasn't Stealth Rock. Would have just killed it either regardless. But yeah, giving BKC a 5-4 advantage, but ridding him of his ability to remove Stealth Rocks from the field. Now we're going to see Jirachi on Dragonite. Dragonite's going to use Fire Punch. Zapdos is going to come in, take 33%. That's fairly good damage for it's non-stab Fire Punch. Now we're going to see a Shaman come in. Looks like he's going to be leftover Shaman. Looks like it's Roost leftover Zapdos with a fair amount of bulk. Anyway, Leech Seed here, Discharge here. Just, going through the motions at this point. It looks like Masterclass going to have to find a way to break through the bulky core of BKC. He's going to overpredict the Leech Seed again, as the Zapdos is going to take advantage of that and just boost up the full. Bar, the Sand, leftovers negating each other, and then Leech Seed leaving at 88%, which is not max it can be at with being Leech Seeded. Now we're going to see a Roserade come in on a Seed Flare. Seed Flare is not going to drop, unfortunately, but I'm not quite sure what BKC's set is, or Masterclass set is for that matter. But we're going to see spikes from the Roserade, and we're going to see Dragonite pivot its way on in. It looks like it's an CB Outrage from the Dragonite. That's going to kill the Roserade pretty easily. And now Jirachi, being the only Steel type left, is going to come in. He's going to Body Slam the Dragonite, leaving it paralyzed after taking 21% damage. And then Outrage is going to do 46%, making it probably a roll that's not in his favor from 48% Jirachi. Being that you have Iron, but you have Inner Focus, I'm not going to punch with the Iron Head there. Not going to get full powered. 47% outrage. Leaving the Jirachi at 1%, then 70% after leftovers. And Body Slam is going to revenge kill it, leaving it at 13%. And then it's going to switch out as the Starmie comes in to revenge kill it. Starmie is going to use his Thunderbolt into the Hippowdon, interestingly enough. I don't know if he's going to try to save his Hippowdon or not. He is. He's going to go Clefable here. Hydro Pump is going to miss the Clefable. And it didn't matter because unless he crit, he wasn't going to get to a kill. Masterclass is not, but really irrelevant. We're going to see Rapper's been here from Starmie. Starmie's now 50% after Sand Damage giving us all leftovers. He's going to heal up to 99% with Recover, but then it's going to be unrelated. I'm quite curious. I think it comes down to what Masterclass's last is, to be quite honest. Anyway, we're going to see Hydro Pump here after Seismic Toss, both of them doing 31% respectively. And then we're going to see Seismic Toss, Recover, just the Starmie clinging onto life pretty much. Well, can't do much to Fable besides those Hydro Pumps, which can A, run out of PP of, and B, not real, be able to break it given it's only 30%. Now we're going to see Shaman come in, probably going for Seed Flare drops. First Seed Flare is going to do 30%, not drop. Thunder Wave from the Fable here, pretty much letting it wall this Shaman to some extent before it gets drops. Now we're going to see knockoff of leftovers, which is pretty crucial. And now we're going to see Seed Flare, no drop, 40% Clefable, and Clefable's going to be able to softboil up here and paralyze Shaman. So it's not looking too great for Masterclass, even though he's playing it. I'm not sure if his last is going to be able to break this stuff. But we're going to see Seed Flare, no drop, making it 3. It's not going to put him in Seismic Toss range, whatever, for whatever reason. Oh, I mean, because, yeah, it's got 404 speed, though. But now we're going to see Seed Flare, Soft Boiled. We're going to see Starmie come in. Now, Starmie's going to be able to do 60% with Hydro Pump because of the drop. It's going to do 63% with Hydro Pump. Thunder Wave is going to be the play from BKC. And I believe that BKC has to switch or just hope for a para. And it's going to be a paralysis as Hippowdon comes to pivot in, probably is to be fodder, and that is unfortunate for Masterclass. But now, Shaman is going to come in for free. Stealth Rock's going to be the play from BKC, which is interesting. I think it would have just Earthquake, but actually he's burnt, so I would not have Earthquake. Never mind that. Stealth Rock was a good play. Seed Flare here from the Shaman into the Zapdos, doing 19%, leaving the Zapdos at 44%, and slower. Let's see it here. We're going to see Roost from Zapdos, so the Shaman looks like he's going to be able to maybe be able to sneak its way all the way back up if it has, like, Protect. I don't know. Nope. Seed Flare is going to play here and drop Roost. Honestly, if I was BKC, I'd just kill this off. I think that would just getting it out of the way is ideal. But now we're going to see Starmie pivot on a Hidden Power Ice, and the Zapdos is going to be at around 88%. And last mon is Tyranitar, so it looks like Dragon Dance versus Roar. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna need Dragon Dance on a Roar. Advantage BKC there. But last mon is gonna be able to roar it out. So we're gonna have to see if he's gonna be able to maybe pivot to Jirachi. Nope. Roar again. Okay, but now the Shaman's gonna die. And now you need to get the paralysis with Discharge this turn, I'd presume. So Discharge crit. No para. And it looks like Sweepage has a chance to sweep here. Yeah, it looks like everything is pretty much up. Wow. The Zapdos lives in Ice Punch, but it doesn't get the paralysis, and it dies. And now I think it might be a roll. I don't know if it's max physically expensive. And no, it's gonna die. So yeah, it looks like the Sweepage is gonna come back to win this game. We're going against Ice Plunge plus Crunch plus I'd assume last one's Earthquake, but we might never know. Yeah, he goes for Crunch here, so it's gonna be 1-1 in even series going into the last game, which is going to be Black and White 2 overused. That was a pretty interesting game. Sweepage really came back there. Not revealing the Tyranitar until the end was probably ideal in hindsight, and I think that his play with the Shaman plus Starmie in order to manipulate the Clefable a bit and try and steal this game was interesting. I think it might have been able to have been done a bit more optimally per se, but it was hard because he didn't want to make the wrong risk at the wrong time and lose his Shaman too early, because then he would have had to prematurely get Tyranitar in, and who knows if would have been able to sweep at that point in time, depending on when it was in the game. So yeah, well played game. This was actually a pretty intense game, I must say. So hopefully we're going to get something good out of the Black and White game as well, and this is going to be game 3 of the series. And looking at the teams, we have team preview again. Masterclass's team is going to be quite odd. It's going to be Politoed, Mew, Gyarados, Ferrothorn, Starmie, Jirachi. We're going to see 3 Psychic types on a Rain team, with the main Rain abusers being Starmie, potentially Jirachi with like Thunder and shit, and Gyarados. I'm not really sure I'm using on Rain, to be honest. It's not a very common Pokemon on Rain. And we're going to see a pretty standard, probably a Jirachi-esque team from BKC with the dual ground, Alakazam, Spikes, Jellicent, and Nantar. If I had to guess, I'd say that Sash Alakazam, it's probably Scarf Lando T, but knowing BKC, it might be Scarf Chomp. And then either Tyranitar, Orlando, T, or Stealth Rock, and standard Spikes, Ferrothorn. So yeah, just gonna pause this for 1 second. Okay, back. Sorry, I just had to do something in life. Anyway, so yeah, looking at the teams, it's a pretty interesting matchup. I think Masterclass tried really hard to counter-style the normal BKC Sand balance-ish kind of stuff. And depending on the Mew set, I think he probably is going to end up getting away with it and be in an advantageous position, despite using some arguably unconventional stuff for a Rain team, given that presence of Mew and 3 Psychic types. But anyway, let's get into this game. I want to see how it unfolds. We're going to see lead Mew, so we're going to see how it does a bit eventually. We're going to see Tyranitar from BKC. Now we're going to see Will-O-Wisp as the Alexander, and this is completely irrelevant. Leftovers from the Mew. We're going to see a Shadow Ball here, doing a bit under half. We're going to see Ice Beam, freezing the Alakazam from Mew. This is really good start for Sweepage at that freeze stage. We're going to see Ferrothorn here, and there's no means of removing hazards from BKC. But he's going to retreat to his own Ferrothorn. This Ferrothorn is going to reveal Stealth Rocks from Masterclass variant, plus knockoff, interestingly enough. And we're going to see Spikes from the BKC Ferrothorn, as to be expected. And we're going to see another Spike. So left to use the Mew is going to get its way back in, probably to boost up. And we're going to see predicted Leech by BKC missing now. So yeah, this is a really rough start for BKC. I think he's played fairly well. Up to this point, he's just gotten unlucky, given the A, the freeze, B, the miss. So now we're going to see Taunt here, and nothing really in retaliation from BKC. This is just going to kind of fuck him for a bit. And now we're going to see Ice Beam into the Alakazam, probably predicting Wisp to try and thaw it out. Now we're going to see Ice Beam into the Jellicent, 9% here. At least Jellicent can threaten up a Scald and shit. So I suppose that's not the worst play there. We're going to see Will-O-Wisp missing, and Will-O-Wisp missing from both sides, not even a taunt or anything. Interesting enough. Play here is probably going to be Wisp again from both. And Wisp helps Scald from BKC, and it's not only not going to burn, but it's only going to do a mere 22%. So yeah, that's pretty useless. Now we see a Roost here from Masterclass, and we're going to see a Scald again. This time doing 100%, but getting the burn. Synchronizes the medics. You already bet Jellicent. So we're going to see about a 68%. We're going to see about a 55% Jellicent. And Jellicent's going to switch out here, retreating to Alakazam, I guess with last ditch effort to Shadow Ball Meowcore it into something, if it thaws. But no, we're going to see us double pivot out all the way to Tyranitar. Ice Beam here, not going to freeze or third or anything. This is going to do like 14% of stealth, I think it's 74%. We're going to see another Ice Beam here, and we see Stealth Rocks. So the Mew is lowering its way down. It's currently at 63%. Now I see Wisp here is going to be long. Nope. Crunch only doing 37%. But after Sand negating leftovers and the burn damage, that's plenty of damage. Given that Stealth Rock and Spikes are up, so it's not really going to be able to switch at any point. 36%. So yeah, I think that this is a winning war for Tyranitar at some point, or at least it's going to leave it below like 10%, and then the Scarf is going to be able to revenge kill it. So, looks like it's doing 36-35. So, Mew's not really gaining or losing much health per se, but like really, it's gonna be done after hazards and burn damage and sand damage and this whole sequence said and done. And BKC still has one chance to like crit just to outright kill it here. Although it's gonna easily better burn this turn. So 39%, leaving it at 18% as Tyranitar dies. We still have to spike up. And Tyranitar, the Garchomp is definitely faster than I would Scarf now. With the Dragon Cloud Revenge of the Mew, putting BKC in a 5-5 position. And now we're going to see a Polygloat here from the Master Class team. And in retaliation, we can see an Alakazam here from BKC being fired off. It was already frozen, so pretty useless. Now we see the Fire Fountain here from BKC. Polygloat's going to switch up into the Jirachi. At least here from the BKC Professor. Now we're going to see the double switch into the Final State of Masterclass as lights come up, completing the whole field of hazards pretty much from BKC. Now, Parathorn is going to knock off the Lando T's Rocky Helmet, interesting enough. This sounds like an Aura's turn for fuck's sake. Earthquake, H-Seed, living it just out of Earthquake range. She turns to play from BKC after taking damage from Iron Rock, then 60%. Now we're going to see the Parathorn Power Whip here is going to be pretty much almost suicidal from the Parathorn Master Class. And the Power Whip from BKC is Parathorn is just going to finish it off. So we're going to see a 4-4 situation now. With Stamina coming in to counter the Parathorn. Now Rapid's thinking is to play to get all the Hestos field, even though it means starting 11 to start pretty much. Now I don't know if Garrett is going to be able to break this or if Jirachi's got some like sub-team shit going. We're going to have to wait and find out here. We're going to see sub here. Earthquake from BKC, and Hidden Power Ice from Masterclass showing a real sign of life. Entering sub HP Ice on Rain. I like that. Actually, Gyarados here on Earthquake. I don't know what the play here is going to be. It's going to be Dragon Dance. Parathorn comes on in, and here we go. Masterclass into Dragon Seed potential. Leech Seed sub, looking really bad for BKC here. I don't know why I did that. It said it was a misclick, but yeah, you got a Power Whip there. Looking bleak. Looks like Protect, Bounce, yup. So Bounce isn't going to be able to break it, so that's a bit relieving for BKC. But something we'll be dealing with, probably Drafting and Power Whip, yup. And that only does 17%. So now the question is substitute Jirachi with Hidden Power Ice, and I assume Thunder or Sideshock, maybe Water Pulse, but I really don't Water Pulse. I think the Bolt Beam seems pretty cool. If you're going to be able to break this, we're going to get a Paralysis, so he's switching for the other Para. Interestingly enough, I think he's trying to set up a gas suit. That might be it. Now we're going to see subbing again. Power Whip, not going to be able to break the sub. And it looks like he's going to maybe get a CM off here. Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. So, yep, that confirms the CM. Probably Thunder. His last move. Wait, did it reveal Thunder? I think, yeah, it revealed Thunder. Okay, there it is. Anyway, we're going to see +2. Going to be able to get a sub up here. Power Whip, yep. +2 in Power Ice is probably going to do around 30. 25. I stand corrected. That does nothing. 16%. First switches out. It's Lando T here. I hope Hidden Power Ice is applied. So it's going to put him in a 3-3 position now. Now we're going to see Garchomp come in, being at 8% health, which is pretty much nothing. We're going to see the Polygloat here as Death Fodder, which is good. Now we're going to see Outrage here, and we're going to see the Gyarados tank the Outrage and deal it off Waterfall, living the rough skin damage and getting a Moxie boost as well. So that's putting Masterclass back in the driver's seat, essentially. Now we see Bounce and Paralysis and the Paralysis on. I don't know why they bounced on Protect. It was just Waterfall. I think Waterfall +1 in the rain actually would have done 28%. But now why do you keep bouncing? I guess it's just going to keep bouncing because there's got no leftovers on the Parathorn. And therefore he's eventually going to kill it from all Paralysis. And he got it. And that's actually really good for Masterclass if that he predicted that. He played that optimally. Like, I think a lot of people joke that for how to do knock off leftovers and everything. And also in doing so, he got off leftovers to his own. He really made it so up so that you can be just jealous and bounce at +1, I believe. But yeah, looks like this is going to be the end of this series. Looks like it's going to be 2-1 in favor of Sweepage over BKC in a fairly close series. So I'm glad to see this series. I'm glad, especially for the DP game, but also this BY game to some extent. Pretty good overall. And now it looks like this game is going to end on turn 58 if he gets a high enough roll and he hits, yeah, and that's going to be over. 2-0 victory for Masterclass in 58 turns, giving him the series 2-1. Good games, well played both parties. Interesting unconventional team for Masterclass there and be what, but I'm not going to comment much on it because I've already said my piece and I've watched the games, and yeah, that's that. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.